Really?
There was nothing there for what?
So like some Diddy type shit?
Diddy white parties weren't the Diddy. I'm afraid to even.
We ain't talking about no white party.
You're afraid to acknowledge you've been to the Diddy parties.
No, I'm not afraid of it. I've been to the Diddy white parties. I've been to Diddy's birthday parties. I wasn't at Diddy.
Hey, everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah. If it were just him, it would be sad. It would be very unfortunate. But I use the word scary because I get the impression, to put it kindly, that his life ain't the only life that's going to be affected. That they ain't after him just to get him. You got Homeland Security involved. You got the feds involved. I got news for you. They ain't coming just for him. They coming for a whole bunch of people.
Girl, hold on to your weaves because the tea is scalding hot. The streets are saying that some wild footage from Diddy's infamous white parties just hit the internet, and it's messier than a toddler eating spaghetti. We're talking jaw-dropping, clutch your pearls type of stuff that's got everyone shook. Now, I can't spill all the details just yet, but let's just say what happens at Diddy's parties definitely doesn't stay at Diddy's parties anymore. This ain't your regular celeb scandal. We're talking career-ending, reputation-shattering drama. The kind of drama that probably has Diddy wishing he could turn back time faster than Cher. Folks, Diddy has been throwing these all-white bashes for years, but this new footage, it's painting those parties 50 shades of gray, if you know what I mean. Trust me, it's got everyone wondering if Diddy's empire is about to come tumbling down like a house of cards in a hurricane.
I've never made any sense.
Let's have another shot.
No, let's have another shot. I'm in. Okay,
we need to treat our guests the right way.
Let's get them shots too. Come on.
No, this is me and you.
Oh, but I need a shot.
Yeah, I got you a shot,
this
bro.
Mine? Okay.
Yeah, I just have to think. It's all together. Me and you. Eyes.
Let's do it. Spilling it all over.
Eyes. Yeah, I love this drink.
Where you put my bag
I like when you like this, Daddy.
Yeah, where you put my bag?
Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping for shit.
No. I got notes
like that.
Shit. I'll be practicing. I got
there you go. Got your notes.
Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna go over with that one.
See where I look back on where I became.
Did you miss me though? For real, because it seems like a thing.
I miss
this birthday
with
party,
Puff, man.
But I'm talking about for your birthday.
Huh?
Why won't you party with me for your birthday, man?
We partied for my birthday before. You came to my party.
No, but me and you ain't never really party, you know what I'm saying? Eyes, brother. Eyes.
Now, we all thought we knew what went down at Diddy's white parties, right? Wrong. This new footage is about to flip the script on everything. It's got folks asking, was the all-white theme just a cover for something way less innocent? Let's take a little trip down memory lane, shall we? Diddy's been throwing these all-white extravaganzas since the 90s, and they've been the hottest ticket in town for celebs and influencers. We're talking an A-list guest list that would make the Met Gala look like a high school prom. These parties were the epitome of glitz, glamour, and exclusivity. Picture this: a sea of beautiful people draped in pristine white, sipping on bubbly, and rubbing elbows with Hollywood's who's who. It was like heaven on earth. If heaven had a strict dress code and a guest list guarded tighter than Fort Knox. Diddy's parties were where careers were made, deals were sealed, and Instagram feeds were blessed. But honey, that squeaky clean image might have just been washed away faster than white linen and bleach. This new footage, spreading like wildfire, is painting those parties 50 shades of messy. We're talking the kind of mess that has publicists working overtime and lawyers speed dialing their clients.
Because anybody that was associated with him are going to be considered suspect. I'm not saying any names because I ain't trying to do that to anybody. I'm not wishing that on anybody. But what I'm saying to you is that when you are associated with a figure that is being accused of the multitude of egregious acts that he has been accused of: sex trafficking, racketeering, drug use, prostitution, flying folks across state lines, and all of this other stuff. Yo. But I'm telling you right now, anytime the feds are coming your way, they're not coming just for you. There's lessons to be peeled from all of this. Be careful about the enemies that you crop up. Be careful about people that have a target on your back. The people you've alienated, you've infuriated. Think about the people he's done business with. Think about the money involved. Think about how it would have been in folks' best interest to shut the hell up and never say anything. Yet somehow, some way, this stuff evidently was going on for years, according to the feds. And almost nobody said anything.
Did you ever go to a Diddy party?
Yes.
And what was it like?
A Diddy party?
Is it like what they have in the media or
off the hook?
Off the hook.
And whenever they went into the quote unquote alleged other section, I was never there. That's like, I think in general, getting away from Diddy, and God bless him and whatever else he's dealing with. I don't beat people while they're down. That's just not who I am character-wise. No one can erase his legacy. Bad Boy Records and Faith Evans and Biggie and Craig Mack and 112 and Total and I mean mogul. I mean, I don't know what all that other is going on or allegedly, but man, legacy is legacy, man. Surviving Neverland.
But this new footage, it's showing us a whole different side to these parties. It's like someone flipped a switch and suddenly we're seeing what happened after the last Instagram story was posted. The streets are saying it's wilder than spring break in Miami and twice as scandalous. One thing's for sure, this ain't the kind of party footage you want your mama to see. We're talking behavior that would make even the most seasoned reality TV producers blush. And it's not just the regular, degular, schmegular folks acting up. No, ma'am, we're seeing some big names doing things that could get them canceled faster than you can say problematic. Now, I can't spill all the tea just yet, but let me give you a little taste. You know how they say, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas? Well, what happened at Diddy's parties definitely didn't stay there. We're talking A-listers caught on camera doing things that would give their PR teams collective heart attacks. And get this, one of the clips reportedly shows a certain chart-topping rapper known for his good guy image getting real cozy with someone who is definitely not his wife. Honey?
Yeah, man, this asshole has said to me one time, he said, Big Gene, they not mad at you for talking about Puff. They said they mad at you because you got more famous or you got more known than they are for talking about Puff. They not mad at me for talking about Puff. They mad to the fact that people has gotten to know me because I was talking about Puff. So they hating on that. But in fact, because they know Puff wouldn't piss on them if they was on fire, bruh. They know Puff wouldn't piss on them if they was on fire. Now, maybe if they had baby oil on them, he probably would, but, he would piss on them if they was on fire. They getting mad and saying all this crazy shit when all I really wanted was justice for Big and the people around us that dealt with him. They're going to continue to take shots. I mean, I've already seen this, man. But like I tell people all the time, nigga, I'm 10 times the normal, man. I'm not worried about what they say. What I look like, man, talking about some nigga coming at me, talking about my manhood. He looked halfway like a cockeyed squirrel, and he just talking crazy out of his mouth for views because right now my name is hotter than fish grease. What I look like talking with these cats out here, you understand, who was one-hit wonders. What I look like going at these cats and going back and forth with them, man. I did what I was supposed to do. I raised my kids. My girls graduated from college. I did what I was supposed to do as a man. I'm out here telling stories, bruh. I'm telling stories of my life. I'm telling stories of what I've seen. I'm telling stories of some of the things of what I heard. And they out here mad and upset. Like they got a problem. It's crazy, man. But you got to realize this. What we have done, and you're responsible for this too, right here on the Art of Dialogue show. You birthed a lot of these YouTube channels. You gave them content to go back and talk about. Because without me on your show, and without you giving this show, a lot of them wouldn't have no content. That's my own personal feeling. That's not the feeling of the Art of Dialogue. That's not the feeling of this TV program. That's my own personal feeling. And yo, let me tell you something. A lot of these rappers that's hating and talking that bullshit, I either help them some kind of way. Do you hear me? When they peoples was home, when they had to get passes for their parolees for parole, or they needed somebody to call in and talk to their parole officer, I was the dude who did that. But you got to watch who you help sometimes.
Girl, you thought you'd seen it all? Buckle up, because this footage is about to show you what really happens when the cameras stop rolling and inhibitions fly out the window. We're talking about the kind of tea that'll have you gasping for air and reaching for your phone to spill to your bestie. First up, we've got scenes that'll make even the most seasoned partygoer blush. We're talking A-listers letting loose in ways that would make their mamas cry and their PR teams resign on the spot. The streets are saying there's footage of celebrities snorting lines longer than the queue at a Supreme drop, and that's just for starters. But it ain't just about the illegal stuff, honey. This footage is exposing behavior that's straight up embarrassing. Imagine seeing your fave rapper, known for his tough guy image, ugly, crying in a corner over his ex.
But you gotta remember, this is Diddy career really started like 91, 92. A lot of us wasn't even educated about the music business then. You know what I'm saying? And then you gotta think, even the Locks, they was kids. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mace was a kid. If you look back at Biggie and Tupac right now, they died at 25. Right. They, to us now, they look like kids, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people got robbed because they didn't know the business. A lot of people with bad boys succumb to the dark side of the industry, right? The same stuff that Diddy's, they alleging now with the parties, the drugs, the sex. Right. A lot of people fell victim to that, right? Because that was their lifestyle. Now, when we was younger, we wasn't paying attention. But if you go and you look at the Big Papa video, the lead woman or the lead guy in that is a transgender, right?
I'm gonna look it up as you say that.
Yeah, you can.
So you more so, and we could be somewhat candid. You more so just alluding to like the accusations of Diddy being like into homosexual lifestyles.
Yeah.
That energy of hip hop that has always been seen as taboo, and we could never verify it because none of us were on the inside.
Right. Well, I was.
But I was gonna ask you. So you've seen this firsthand?
Yeah, I've never seen like orgy, but Diddy has hit on me at Steve Rifkin's house. Everybody at the house was gay, but I didn't know it until I really paid attention and looked around at my surroundings. I'm like, oh shit.
Right.
Like, what's going on?
That sounds like Exhibit's story, because Exhibit had a story like that. They went to Miami.
No, but he went to a club.
Right.
I went to Steve Rifkin's house.
Right.
It was after a BET Awards, we went to the after party.
Right.
Me, Lil' Kim, Hillary Weston, who was Lil' Kim's manager.
Okay.
At the time. And we go to the after party, we run into Diddy, and Diddy tells us to come meet him he tells them, not me, he tells Kim and them, yo, come meet me at Steve Rifkin's house. And we all go over to Steve Rifkin's house. And while we there,
Now you might be thinking, but what about all the good Diddy's parties have done? Girl, I hear you. These bashes raised millions for charity and gave us some iconic fashion moments. But this footage, it's painting those white parties 50 shades of gray, and not in a sexy way. The reactions from celebs caught on camera have been a mixed bag of denial, damage control, and radio silence. Some are claiming the footage is doctored, while others are pulling the "I was young and stupid" card faster than you can say cancel culture. But honey, when the receipts are this clear, there ain't no amount of PR spin that can save you. As for Diddy himself, he's been quieter than a church mouse. Sources close to the music mogul say he's in full-on panic mode. We're talking late-night strategy sessions with his legal team and frantic calls to celeb friends, begging them to keep their mouths shut, tighter than a new jar of pickles. This whole mess is changing how folks see Diddy and his inner circle faster than you can say bad boy for life.
It's fun. It is fun. Everybody in white.
Yeah, it sounds like a great party.
It is.
From all
I
I
went
could tell.
one time, and I've had my experience.
Okay,
I'm good.
Really?
There was nothing there for what?
So like some Diddy type shit?
Diddy white parties weren't the Diddy. I'm afraid to even.
We ain't talking about no white party.
You're afraid to acknowledge you've been to the Diddy parties.
No, I'm not afraid of it. I've been to the Diddy white parties. I've been to Diddy's birthday parties. I wasn't at Diddy after dark. I was at
people
the
act like
party.
I'm crazy when I say, I would have gone to the Diddy party. Because number one, up until a couple months ago, it did not have this reputation that there was all this seedy stuff happening.
No.
Everybody's.
It always had the reputation.
Really?
That's a fact. What?
Really?
You don't notice how...
I mean, I just have never heard that.
And your homosexuality radar is much more sensitive than most people.
What do you mean homosexuality?
You're
radar?
like really concerned
Who's
with making
talking
sure
about-
that you're not accidentally pulling up on a gay orgy.
Who's talking about homosexual?
He's trying to mix in
I'm
the
not talking
allegations
about
that Diddy had.
homosexuality. Right?
Zestiness, whatever you want to call it.
No, it's just the party, right? It gets to a certain time at his parties where if you showed up there at 11 o'clock, by 3 o'clock, you're probably not remembering how you showed up at 11 o'clock.
When you
Shit
go to a
goes
big
on.
fancy celebrity party, to the limited extent that I've done this, I would assume the freak-offs are taking place in, the master bedroom, in a different nook of this. Like the part where everybody else
This ain't
is.
no master
The last
bedroom
time I saw
style.
you was at French's house.
I know, and I assume there were some freak-offs taking place, but it was out of the line of sight of the average person at the party.
But see, when you go to Diddy's party, well, let me say this: maybe there's different access. I'm in the backyard. I don't go in the house.
Right.
Wait, what have you always heard me say?
What?
We don't leave the backyard.
Yeah, stay in the backyard.
We don't go in the house.
But up until a couple months ago, if Diddy had come up to me and said, "Hey, we got to go in back. I'm going to show you something."
Well,
I would have said, "Let's go, Puff, yeah."
But then what if it had showed you something?
In all fairness, let me say this.
Might have to take a look.
In all fairness, all fairness.
Not if there's any like unwilling participants or anything, but if he said, "Hey, check this out," I'm gonna say, "Oh shit."
In all fairness, I have been in the house when the parties have been happening, like not in the back rooms or like that, and I've not seen anything crazy.
Right.
I can't find it on my Snapchat, but I do have a video where Cassie and everybody just dancing, having a great time. I don't know what was going on in that house.
First of all, in Diddy's defense, I've never seen or heard of anybody being manipulated or forced to do shit. If you pulled
I've
up,
never heard that
you
either.
pulled up for your reasons.
Now, I had a friend who told me years ago, like 3 years ago, we were literally having dinner in New York, and he goes, hey, man, because he used to be a Sean John model. I'm like, yo, so, we were talking about modeling, the modeling industry, and we used to do this thing where we would get together. He's straight, I'm gay. We would get together with a small group of us, and we would just eat and just gossip. It really is what it was. And he said, man, I've seen the craziest shit in this game, bro. He goes, one time, I was chilling, and I got a call that Puff wanted me to come over. This is all allegedly. He says 3 years ago. Wanted me to come over, pull up. I pulled up, and he wanted me to like play with Cassie's pussy and this, and this. And he would sit there and film it, and he was playing with himself. And in my mind, you know what I said? You're a clout chasing, lying, manipulative. Oh my God, I can't trust.
But now it all comes
hanging out with him.
Believe all victims.
No, I literally. No.
Not all, but.
But was he a victim?
No, he was consenting. So that's what I'm saying to your point.
Yeah, if Puff calls me, I want you to fuck this hot ass chick.
But
okay.
This is all allegedly. But at the time when he said it, I really thought he was just crazy being a clout chaser.
That's his thing, though.
And then full circle, I had to go. I had to call him. I went back to New York for something. I pulled up on him and I said, I'm sorry. Because what he said lined up.
Can I ask you a question? This is real shit.
Because that's the exact shit from her lawsuit,
right. Adam, actually, both of y'all, I think y'all, like, everybody has their thing, whatever it is. If Diddy's thing is to get willing participants to fuck his girl or whoever it may be while he watches, that's his thing.
And it's not.
You can have your personal opinion about it. There's other people out there that's their thing. You have your thing, right? You do porn, that's your thing, right? So I don't look at Diddy I don't say he's a weirdo, right?
Well, it's all the other stuff that makes him a weirdo, right?
I will say the overly abusive shit.
Yeah, the abusive stuff, yeah.
I don't got nothing to say about whatever the fuck he was doing with willing participants. I don't give a who, long as they're of age and they're willing.
Yeah.
I don't care.